hello. Just give me a moment. Let me go into studio. Share the link for you guys. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to cover a lot of different things. So hopefully we get to enjoy more of the KDP content. And let's see. I want to make sure that you have the link. So give me 1 second. Shareable, copy. There you go. Let me go back to regular KDP. Hello, just join me in the first class. Here's the link. Great. Awesome. So, today we're going to be talking about different things that I have been learning through this program, KDP Amazon. First and foremost, thank you. My name is Yadira Ambert. I am the owner of Club de las Diosas, which is also a blog in my channel here. Hopefully you can subscribe. And I've been putting a lot of different bite-sized type of video tutorials that could help people and newbies along the way. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years or so. By no means I am an expert, but I do want to share a couple of the somewhat things that I have learned about this program, things that I have made a mistake obviously as a newbie. So I want to share with you things that I have learned along the way. As I mentioned, by no means I am an expert in here, but I'm here to help and I'm here to pass along information that I have learned through the years. So for today's purposes and for today's class, I want to focus on niches and keywords. And this is one of the things that a lot of people struggle the most because they see other people just selling their books, selling coloring books, selling a lot of different things. They go ahead and do them. And they struggle, right? Because they're not having sales. Well, there's a strategy behind it, right? Just like with any other business, you gotta have a strategy. You can just not put a product out there and pretend that customers are going to purchase your product. You gotta be knowledgeable. You gotta be able to promote. You gotta be able to create a product that is different than is anything else that touches upon what the consumer wants. So that's what I want to talk about today, and that's going to lead into niches and keywords. So first and foremost, before you even start creating a book, one of the things that you got to have is a strategy, right? The type of book that you want to do into whatever category you want to do it. First and foremost, you gotta understand the type of product that you're going to put out there. And one of the things that I strongly recommend you to do is start with something that you're knowledgeable. For example, if you camp a lot, and you know a lot about the things that you're gonna need when you're camping, then a product and a book about camping, like a journal, writing your travels, lists of things that you're gonna be able of items that you're gonna be able to use during the camping, that will be a natural fit because then the book is going to be personalized, right? It's going to speak to that audience. And things are going to will be simpler for you when you're creating a book. Now, if you have children, right? So you got an audience right there. So you can ask them, what kind of things that you like to do? Is it coloring books? Is it, puzzles? Is it mazes? Is it, what are those things that a child is looking forward to have when they're thinking of an activity, and then narrow it down, right? There's a lot of coloring books, there's a lot of activity books, but what's going to be the differentiator between what your book is going to look like and what others are there, the competition, right? And how consumers are going to purchase your book. So before you even start looking around, before you even start looking at different things, my recommendation is to start first and foremost with a strategy. Again, I cannot stress enough that concept of taking a step back, just getting a journal, right? Getting a notebook and write down the things that you're knowledgeable, that you're more comfortable with, that is going to help you build your business. And then from that point on, that's when you're going to start creating. That's when you're going to start looking into niches. And today we're going to go into free tools that are available right now for newbies like you and I that we can touch upon. There's numerous ones that paid opportunities, right? But for today, I'm going to focus on the free ones, because when you start a business, right, you want to make sure that your investment is worth for. And if their free tools are there that you can use, why not use them, right? So the very first one that I'm going to use for today, we're going to go first into Amazon. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Amazon. And let me just go ahead and share my screen with me, and hopefully you are able to see my Amazon. A couple of things that I want to point out here when we are looking into Amazon, right? So for example, Amazon, there's different things that you can do to take inspiration from. And they're completely free, right? So we're going to start off first with bestsellers. And for today, and the reason why I want to go into first bestsellers is because, again, it's going to give us an inspiration of the kind of things that customers are looking for when they go into Amazon, right? So we're going to go into books because, again, we're going to be creating books for KDP. And I'm going to drill down a little bit further into the type of books and for the purpose of this conversation, I'm going to go into children's books very quickly. So you can see, and then I'm going to continue to drill down. You see the list of categories that are here? Amazing, right? So again, this is just a whole inventory that is at our disposal, completely free, that you can use to get inspiration from. So I'm going to go into activities and crafts and games and drill down even further, activity books. Okay. And if you have a questions, feel free to, write it down in the live comment section. And if you are watching me through Facebook, I'll be more than happy to address those questions later on. So as you can see, there's going to be a top 100 list, but obviously we're going to go through the first ones in here. I'm going to continue to drill down. Why not, right? So I'm going to go into coloring books and see what the top sellers are. And as you can see, there are tons and tons of these. Clearly, some of these are trademark, like, anything that has to do with Dr. Seuss is a trademark. So you got to be cognizant about. But, first and foremost, as you can see, a lot of unicorns. Unicorns are always very, very popular. And a lot of different things are out there that already have unicorns. So that's something to keep in mind, right? That perhaps that category is already being tapped out, and it will be very difficult for you to do something with unicorns. So if you are going to do something with unicorns, you gotta be different, right? That unicorn's gotta be different, and it's gotta be appealing to a lot of people. So again, this is just a few things that could draw some inspiration for you. And if you're knowledgeable of any of these topics, then go for it. Why not, right? And start building upon that. That's one thing that I wanted to show you under bestsellers. Another thing, let's go into another two free tools that I use. One of them it's called Self-Publishing Titans. This is a plugin that you connect and is able to expand upon those searches that people are doing as they're purchasing their books through Amazon. And another one is called AMZ Extender. These two are phenomenal, brand new free tools that you can use when you're doing your books, right? And again, inspiration and when you're looking your niches. So I'm going to switch the category from books into all. And here's the reason why you want to start with all. It's because as a customer, and you can test this out, right? When you're looking for something, people start with all. They don't go into different departments unless you're looking for something in particular, right? If you're looking for automotive, you're going to go into automotive. But if you're looking for a book, if you're looking for something generic, you're going to start with all. So it is something that definitely you need to keep in mind as you're looking for niches. So for today's purposes, I'm going to show you how to work with these two plugins and how to draw niches, and then even further, how to draw keywords that are going to help you rank your book. So for today, I'm going to do something completely random that I saw on another video, and it just sparked my mind. I said, well, let me just take a look at this and see how it does. So I just happened to be watching a show that is on Netflix. It's called Ink. If you haven't seen it, it's about a tattoo parlor and the competition about it. And it just struck in my mind. I was not aware of the different type of tattoos that are out there, which is very interesting. And then I said, well, maybe there's something out there that perhaps, could bring a really good book. So I'm going to look for tattoos, coloring books, and let's see what is out there. Now, as you can see, the Self-Titan is already pre-populating some keywords for me. So I'm going to remove the S and see if there's something different. Tattoos, coloring books 4. As you can see, it already started populating. So you can understand the differences between something, the different categories, right? So we have primary, before keywords, and additional suggestions. So what Self-Publishing Titans does is it gives you the ability to see what are those primary things that people are looking for when they're looking for the books, right? So we see that people are looking for tattoo coloring books for kids, for adults and schools related, for adults American traditional. There are different categories within the tattoos. There's American traditional, there's Japanese, tons and tons of them. So I'm going to go ahead and as you can see, continue to drill down, because when you're looking for a niche, you don't want to go generic, right? Because everyone is looking for generic. And as you can see, these suggestions are already from those things that people are looking for within Amazon, which is phenomenal, right? That again, it's about drawing and drilling down into a niche that is going to be perfect for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, I don't know, let me just go into for adults, for example, and see what comes up with, right? A whole laundry list of different coloring books for adults that are tattoo related. What this does, and while is loading up the score, and then we'll go over the score and what it means. You first and foremost, you're gonna able to see something very interesting. You're gonna be able to see that this particular keyword, right, or niche, it has about something over 1,000 results, which means that a little over 1,000 books have already been done for this particular category, right? Which is interesting. A good rule of thumb is to have something that is less than 1,000. I have been successful as creating a book that is a little in between 1,000 and 3,000. So that is something that definitely, I always keep my mind on when I'm creating a book. Now, what this plugin does, and as you can see, it gives you a score over here. It gives you the total amount of results, which means that there's 1,653 books already made under this niche, which is not bad at all. The average rank, it's less than 300,000. Phenomenal. You want to have that number under 300,000. And as you can see, the low and the high between that average ranking. The average amount of reviews is, to nearly, or a little over 1,900, which is not bad at all. Pricing, take a look at this. Almost $9, which means, it's really, really good. and then it gives you, some tutorials and some things that you're gonna go. Now, what does this score means, right? And just like with any test, the higher the number, the better it is. And what this plugin does, which is really phenomenal, is the ability to give you that score. It's color coordinated too. So if it's below a certain threshold, then this thing is gonna go orange, and then it's gonna go, red, just like a traffic light. In this case, it's giving us a green, which means that this is a great niche to start building upon, which is, again, phenomenal and a great opportunity. Now, here's another thing to keep in mind as we think about this. So we can take a look at what is out there. Take a look at the competition, again, for inspiration. We don't want to copy what they're doing. We want to make sure that we're doing our own thing, because at the end of the day, in this category, there's 1,653 results, which means that your book has to stand out of that competition. So we want to make sure that we take a look at what is it out there about this particular category that people are looking for, right? And we see, again, the different type of categories. American traditional designs. This one has animals. This one, let's see, it's all about, some might have just skull, right? This is for adult relaxation with modern tattoos. Again, tons and tons of things that can bring inspiration and can help you build your own category, right, within this niche. One thing that also keep in mind is take a look at the amount of comments for these. I have another plugin that gives me the ranking for this. You want to look at something like this that is independent. You see this one, it has an amazing rank of 22 body art and under that category. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what this particular coloring book has, and hopefully we're able to see a little bit further into that insider look. So let's see. So let's see if it has the look inside. This book has been out not even just a little over a year ago, which and is doing. It has 181 ratings, which means that it's doing really, really good. So let's just take a quick peek and see what is out there, and hopefully we can just, again, take an inspiration into what they're doing. And let's see, hopefully I'm able to see a little bit further. My apologies, my computer is a bit slow and sometimes it doesn't want to move. Okay, perfect. See, this book belongs to, this one has a little bit of color to it, so that's something to consider as well. Obviously, when you publish a book that has color, the pricing on printing goes high, which means that your price is going to be even higher. So keep that in mind. But it also gives a good touch, and it's just something a little bit different to put out there. But as you can see, just tattoos and just amazing artwork that is out there that can be used as a tattoo, and you can use it for coloring. So great book. No wonder it's very well received. Paperback, $7.99 at a great price, under that threshold of the almost $9 that you see. So again, looking for inspiration, looking for different things. Now, again, if we go back into the niche itself, there is the extender gives an opportunity for us to drill a little bit further into what this particular niche is all about. As I mentioned, within the tattoos category itself, right? So that's the high level category, and then we can continue to drill down. There's Japanese, there's American traditional, there's skulls, there's animals, there's real or 3D type of tattoos. So you can search into something like that within this category. So perhaps we can do coloring book, American American traditional. And let's see what that category is all about. Traditional. And let's see if we get a real, oh, there you go. It's coming up. Which means that people are looking for it, right? Let's see the type of score that you see. So, as you think about your keywords, right? Think about the different categories I already wrote down. So one keyword will be tattoo coloring book for adults, right? Another keyword will be tattoo coloring book, American traditional. Look at the amount of results that this particular keyword it's bringing. Only 230, which means is really, really good so far. However, again, we want to wait to see the type of score that we're gonna get. It's a 41. We have a green. Again, only 230 results. Although the ranking is a little bit higher than I expected, but take a look at the price. Average about $12. Low $5.99, high 42, which means that probably there's either a collection or hardcover. Hardcovers are a little bit higher than anything else, but take a look at this, right? You know, $9.99, $6.97, which is the average, right? Great books out there with great rankings, but not a lot of comments, right? Which means that, again, the competition, it's very low. It is a great category to have. I think, again, this is an opportunity to go a little bit further and further investigate into what you want to do as an inspiration. Again, this is just a great opportunity to learn a little bit about that niche, continue to narrow it down. I cannot stress any further how to continue to drill this down. So now this is again into the free tools that are out there that you can certainly use as a new member. The second one that I want to show you, it is a paid opportunity. And with this paid opportunity, something that I use a lot is called Publisher Rocket. And Publisher Rocket, it is like I said, a great tool out there that gives you the opportunity to do search into further down keywords, right? So I already told you or show you how to niche down using free tools, and I'm going to show you how to drill even further into different keywords. So let me just go ahead and open up Rocket, and hopefully you're able to see Rocket. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to go into Rocket right now, and hopefully you're able to see it. Okay, this is a paid tool. However, this paid tool has amazing capabilities. One of the things that I personally like, because I am bilingual, it's the ability to do keyword search in both English and Spanish, which helps me when I'm building and creating those books that are in language. So it has keyword search, competition analyzer, category search, the extender keyword search, on and on and on. I do have a video dedicated for this that explains a little bit further how it works, but for today's purposes, in continuing with the same category as the tattoo coloring book, we're just gonna go ahead and go into it and see what do we have available and what other keywords are out there under this category, coloring book. I'm just gonna keep it as book for this moment. It does gives you the ability to do book and ebook, but for today we're just gonna we're creating a book. We're not doing anything related for that. So under this category, it appears to be that just tattoo coloring book, it's giving me just three opportunities. So we have this and we have that, and I'm going to click into this icon over here so I can have a better understanding into these keywords. It gives you the average pages for these books. The number of competitions, so as you can see, is lower than 1,200. the average price, which is 9, the earnings that you can have on a monthly basis, the amount of searches, and the competitive score. Now, what I do want to point out for this particular tool is, well, first of all, it's color coordinated, which I love. And, from a visual perspective, I can easily pinpoint which things will be best from a keyword perspective. What is different between this one and the Titans is the higher the number, the better it is. In this scenario, the lower the number, the better it is. But they have updated this tool so that way it's also color coordinated, so it's easy for you to understand. So as you can see, when we were searching for coloring books for adults, we get a nice low competition of 30, which is what we need to look for. I'm going to go ahead and do a new search. Tattoo coloring book for adults and see what comes up. And while that is loading, boom, let's see, we have even further categories, and we can see, this one says no bleed, this one says skulls, this one adults for relaxation. And I'm going to do another search because as we saw, right, tattoo coloring book, American traditional, because I want to see, what brings up. So what that is loading, I want to see, we have a really good one in here. It is a low competition, but check this out. Not enough searches, right? So that's also something to keep in mind. Although it's bringing a really good amount of money, so there's no more. Just low search. So keep that in mind. But again, if your book is going to have skulls in it, why not have that as a keyword? If you feel like your book is great for relaxation, why not that as a keyword, right? So again, these are going to help you bring up your ranking even further. And as we saw from the Amazon search, that the American traditional keyword, right, is bringing really good rankings. It's about $1,000 earning, low score. Again, it's just continue to narrow it down and continue to go even further. Now I want to go real quick into the first category, tattoo coloring books for adults, because what I want to show you this as we go down. I'll go into what I call the hamburger on the other side, and then you're able to see the amount of books that are under that particular category. Again, the high category. And if you look at this, something else that I love about this is you can take a look at the titles, right? And how they incorporate the niche and how they incorporate keywords that is going to help them rank their books better, right? So in this particular one, right, it says tattoo coloring books for adults. That's the niche. A coloring book for adult relaxation. Again, that's a keyword. With beautiful modern tattoos design as sugar skulls, boom, guns, roses, and more. Again, just giving it a little bit much more texture into what the keyword is. And that's one of the things that, and then obviously you can see the categories, you can see the number of pages, the price, the amount of sales that this particular book is doing. So it's doing really well. And you can even check it out just to see how it's doing. But again, this is one of those things that you want to keep in mind as you're looking into your category. It's building up a strategy. It's not just creating a book for the sake of creating. It's for, being strategic about what you're doing. As you think about these keywords, you want to make sure that you incorporate things like, for example, if the book is going to be about skulls and roses and guns, right? So you want to make sure those keywords are already incorporated within one of those 7 boxes. You want to have something like, who is it for, right? Is it for just adults? Is it for teens? Is it for men? Is it for women? Is it for seniors, right? You also want to talk a little bit about the design of the cover. Is the cover going to have skulls? Is the cover going to be black with roses and swords? Right? Again, take advantage of those 7 boxes and do not repeat, the things that are already there, because you want to make sure that those spaces are worth, and those spaces, you take advantage of it. So again, it's building a strategy, taking a step back, knowing your subject really well. That is something that I strongly, again, I cannot stress it enough, that encourage you to take a step back, start with something that you're familiar with, and then build upon, right? Build a strategy upon the type of books that you want to have. Because when you know something, things come very easily in your mind, right? But if you don't know anything about tattoos, then you're gonna be stuck, right? You as you can see, it is a great category. It has a very good score, but at the end of the day, if you're not knowledgeable, then it's not gonna be worth it. You're not gonna be able to create a good book that is gonna differentiate yourself from the competition out there. So hopefully this has been very helpful for you. Again, we will continue to have these series, and hopefully, this end of the year challenge, we can collaborate, and we can work together on this. The purpose for this challenge is to unify us as a group, as authors out there, and learn from each other, right? So if there's something that you feel like I have missed, please make sure that you include it in here. I know Samuel also posts a lot of different things for inspiration, for keywords. We're here to help, but I want to make sure that we provide the information that you need. For tomorrow, we're gonna be, or part 2 of the series, we're gonna be talking about design, right? And the different type of tools that are out there. Again, free and paid. As a newbie, the kind of resources that are out there, and what makes a difference between a good cover that is gonna, again, pop out there, and what is gonna make a difference between, the cover and the design, and how easily or difficult could it be to design something really good. So I hope this has been very helpful, and I will see you on part 2. Bye. Hi, this is Yadira.